What's up, comic book fans? And welcome to Comics Icons. Now, JJ, what they call me. And today, we got more Fall of the House of X. This time with X-Men number 34. And it's all coming to a close soon, you guys. As next month's X-Men number 35 will be the massive legacy issue number 700. And the finale to the Krakoan era. So the world of the X-Men is about to change forever. Really quickly here, y'all. But this Fall of the House of X event has been amazing so far to me. And as it comes down to a close, so much has been going down. And if you guys need to get caught up on how we've gotten to this point, then I'll place a card at the top of your screen right now. And I'll put a link at the end of the video as well. But when we last left off with this X-Men series, the team was notified by Cyclops of the AI's takeover and the rising of Sentinel City. But also in this event, Charles Xavier was revealed to be working with Orchis and willing to risk the lives of humanity to allow his mutants safe haven from the machines. But he'd also enacted his plan to bring back all of the mutants previously taken out by Orchis. And now they've all been resurrected and back into this fight. So if you guys are ready to find out what remains for mutant kind as they come down to the final days of Krakoa, then you guys know what time it is. Let's get it. So the issue begins with a brief look at Professor Xavier's history throughout the years. From his time with the original group of X-Men to today, as he professes to Orchis, no more humans. Then we pick up with Modok as he arrives in New York City. And when he lands on this tugboat, he's met by a guard that's been guarding this boat for some time. But he's wondering about updates from Command, who seem to go silent. But unfortunately for this guard, Modok is here to have some fun. And he turns a dial on his wrist that turns the guard into a disgusting looking monster. Apparently Orchis had given him full access to all of the human resources files. And now the artificial intelligence doesn't want to keep them around. So for Modok, today is a day for making art. Then we pick up at the Daily Bugle as Orchis soldiers threaten Ben Urich and the rest of the employees, trying to get them to retract news already printed about Orchis. But as they hold the employees hostage, they get a message from Modok, and then these guards start turning into those same disgusting monsters. And they scare the absolute hell out of the Bugle employees. But then they're saved when Firestar flies in and takes out these atrocities. Then she gives Miss Marvel the heads up about the Orchis troops getting the worst layoff packages in corporate history right now. As we see Miss Marvel encountering more of these monsters on the ground trying to attack random people, including a mom and her baby. But Miss Marvel is able to save them and fight off these monsters. Then all of the mutants receive the latest update from Emma Frost via her telepathic resistance radio. And she updates them that they've made great strides in overthrowing Orchis, but Nimrod has remained elusive, and he has been joined by Charles Xavier. And Sync asks if there's a plan to neutralize Charles, but Emma tells him that she's got to keep those cards close to the vest. But rest assured, top X-Men are on the problem, she tells him. Then we pick up with Shadowcat as she's rescuing another mutant from an Orchis facility. And it's revealed that the mutant she's rescuing is Caliban. Now the last thing he'd remembered before Orchis had got him was Professor Xavier ordering mutants to march through the gate, but he was too far away from one, and they slammed closed before he could make it. So Kitty fills him in that a lot's happened since then, but mainly right now the Resistance is fighting back. But then she asks Caliban if his powers are working, and if you're not aware, Caliban is a mutant tracker. And if you saw the Logan movie, then he was the guy that was used to track Logan and Xavier. And right now, Kitty wants him to lead her to Xavier so she can put him down for good. But Caliban refuses. Charles would never help them, he tells Kate. But she responds to Caliban that he's been on ice for a while, but Charles stopped him from fighting and winning the night of the gala. And now he's thrown in with Nimrod on another tragic scheme. Then we switch back over to that tugboat that Modok was on earlier, as Firestar, Miss Marvel, and now Laura Kinney close in on him using a signal tracker that Miss Marvel has. And then the ladies look on as Firestar torches this tugboat, sending Modok flying out of it. Then Firestar starts to torch him, but He fireproofed himself years ago. But Miss Marvel adds to the flames when she hurls a gas can that she found on a pier in the direction of Firestar's flames, causing a massive eruption. Then to add more fuel to the fire, so to speak, Synch comes flying in full throttle, knocking the complete hell out of Modok. But Modok can self-repair, and he tells them that they can't kill him. And as he releases a massive blast towards these X-Men, Laura Kinney is able to deflect the blast with her claws. And then she says to Modok, "You know why you've lived this long? Because you've been fighting the Avengers and Captain America. But you only fight the X-Men once." Then she tells Synch to load up Polaris, which he does. And then he sends Laura flying at Modok with a fastball special. "Happy landing," Synch says to her. And his heart skipped a beat so loudly that Laura heard it, but they both ignored it. And when she gets right up on Modok, she slices him in half, sending him falling to the ground. And as Laura falls back to the ground as well, Synch flies up to catch her. Miss Marvel, meanwhile, hits Modok's top half with one of those patented karate chops. And Synch and Laura look on at her and admit that they need to keep her around to keep them in the light. But there are more of Modok's monsters beneath them, so they go down and finish him off. Then she finally apologizes to Synch for his loss, since he had lost talent quite a while back. And he appreciates that. He knows that she's gone, but she gave her life so that many of these people could have a shot at a fraction of the happiness that he and her had. She sacrificed herself for him to escape the vault, and then she saved millions. So he just wants to be worthy of both of her sacrifices. Then we switch back over to Kate and Caliban, as Kate lets him know that he's not doing a very good job of dissuading her from assuming that he aided and abetted the enemy. But that's not the case. He just doesn't want to help her kill a fellow mutant. He can't help her find Xavier knowing what she wants to do to him. And he's not sorry for it. Killing anyone, even a traitor, is wrong, he tells her, before he turns and walks away. Then as he leaves, she screams out to him, calling him a coward, and she should have left him rotting. But then a familiar friend appears, telling Caliban that it's okay. He's got it from here. As we see that it's Wolverine, and he says that she won't be alone. Then Logan tells Kitty that he keeps hoping. Maybe Charles didn't do this. Maybe somebody infected Cerebro. Maybe Moira put a whammy on him. But it's just Charles, Kitty finishes. And she thinks that hearing that he broke kind of broke her. But Logan tells her that dreams die. And sometimes when they do, they take the dreamer with them. Most days, he's grateful he doesn't have the full memories of the lives he's lived. Moira's gift was a curse. And yeah, the weight of all those years broke her and Chuck. But Kitty responds that Charles has done terrible things, and so has she. But Logan reassures her that she did what she was trained to do by the X-Men, then by Olga. And when the chips were down, you let the training take over. You're too young to regret surviving. But she just thought that she could mask up, become Shadowcat, and do what needs to be done without thinking. But she can't. And if they win and she's still standing, and she's done, she can't do it anymore. After this, she says, "No more X-Men." Wow, that's heavy. Started off this issue with Xavier saying no more humans. Now, Kate Pride is saying no more X-Men. Deep, y'all. But then Logan tells her that whatever she needs, just stand down. And as he takes her sword and pops his claws, he tells her, "I got the only help that Charles needs right here. Xavier has to die, or none of us will be safe." And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the issue. Damn, y'all, it's all coming down to the wire now, and Charles is in some deep trouble now with Wolverine coming for him. But what did you guys think of the issue? And are you guys liking how it's all wrapping up here? Is there anything that you're still wanting to see from this Krakoan era that you've not gotten yet? Or a question that you still need answered? And how many of you guys are ready for the next chapter, From the Ashes? I think that final issue of X-Men number 35 is going to be an absolute classic issue. And hopefully Marvel and writer Jerry Duggan can bring this thing home in a memorable way. But as always, if you guys enjoyed this video and this channel, and you'd like to support the channel, then you could do so by stopping by the Comics Icon store and picking you up some of this dope new merchandise, including the background music heard right here in this video, or by joining the Iconic Fan Club channel membership, and there'll be a link in the description to join. But with your membership, you'll gain access to weekly interactive live streams with yours truly, where we can talk about everything that's been going down in these issues, as well as ones you'd like for me to go over in the future. Plus, you'll get loyalty badges, member shoutouts, and up to 20% off of Comics Icon's merchandise from the Comics Icon store. And now we've got new tiers to the memberships as well, starting at just 99 cents. Now, how's that for an easy way to help out and support the channel? Or you guys can donate to the channel with a super thanks. And if you're not able to do any of these, then you can still be a huge, tremendous help to the future of this channel by dropping a like, share, and subscribing to Comics Icons for more icons in the comic book world. But ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time. I'm out. Peace.